Let's turn to business news now with Nona Peltier. Nona, what have you got for us?
Well, I was going to tell you that the markets had settled down after companies had reassured investors and so on that things had gone pretty smoothly considering all of the destruction that we've seen from the earthquakes. However, now, just lately this afternoon, we've had that update on one of the properties that was identified earlier today.
This is fascinating. Wellington is a tectonic hotbed, isn't it? I mean, everyone knows that. And there are rigorous building planning requirements around earthquake-proofing your buildings there. But there seems to have, on the face of it, been a lot of damage to these buildings. We want to talk to someone about this and we are working on it. But this is an issue, surely.
Well, you would think, but you know, a number of the companies that have exposure in Wellington have been reporting diligently to the markets yesterday and again today. We had reports from Kiwi Property, for example, that owns the Majestic Centre and a number of other buildings, and they've come out clear. Precinct Property, which owns a number of properties around the Bowen campus, so in and around Parliament, as well as Deloitte House.
So this is the building on Molesworth Street.
That's right.
So this building has such significant structural damage, it appears that they've closed the road.
Yes, well, but then again, it could have occurred after the fact with the additional earthquakes this afternoon. It could have, you know, I don't know. I'm certainly not in Wellington, so I can't say. But I do know that this morning Precinct had put out a statement that said that they had undergone assessments of their properties. All of them but Deloitte House had been given the clearance. So they already signaled that this morning that Deloitte House had some additional damage. It says here in this statement that further assessments were being undertaken, and at this stage it's anticipated the building will not be available for occupation for several days until a more detailed assessment could be carried out. But that's the only one of its buildings of considerable portfolio that had that damage. And they also said at that stage that overall their buildings had only suffered minor damage. So in fact, yes, there's obviously some issues, but this one was flagged, so fair enough. Precinct came forward with that. And it's interesting, their share price finished up about 0.5% today, partly because of the diligence that they put into informing the markets about their buildings and so on. And we've seen that with other companies, like for example, Tourism Holdings also came out today and said that their exposure, they are a camper van company, is really they have 12 camper vans that are potentially trapped in the land slides and so on. However, they said that their business has really not been impacted. They haven't received any cancellations, and their share price it ended down a little bit, but they moved to reassure the market. And we've seen that with Tower came out today as well and tried to reassure the markets that their exposure was limited. And so we're seeing the market participants really trying to reassure investors that things are not that bad. And of course, obviously it's a difficult situation for them, no doubt.
And how did the markets end today?
Well, the market ended up about 0.5%. That's 33 points to 6,770. And our dollar is holding steady at 71.2 US cents, 94 Australian cents, and 57 British pence.
Nona Peltier, thank you so much.